We finally reached AR45. Who knew that there was this beautiful chest right under my nose the whole time? Such a beautiful sight. I feel so glad to have finally joined the Big Boys Club. Today's discussion topic is about account progression. I initially recorded this video when I reached AR40, which was supposed to be a typical account showcase to document my account progression. It was also around that time when I saw a post about reaching AR40 free-to-play without spending a single Primogem. And amongst all the money dumping whale streams, there are also YouTubers who became an advocate for free-to-play gaming. There was also a discussion going on in the comments of my previous video, which got me thinking about the whole free-to-play and pay-to-win issue, and how it really impacts the account progression. The main difference between these players is not just how fast they progress, but how they progress. From AR1 to 30, most of Adventure Rank EXP will be from quests and chests, but you will see a big difference when you reach AR30 to 40 or from AR40 to 45, when there are lesser quests and chests available. This is when the bulk of the EXP for free-to-play players comes from the daily commissions, and the bulk of the EXP for pay-to-win players comes from Resin. Every day you get 1500 Adventure Rank EXP, which gives about 30k Mora, some refinement stones, 60 Primogems, and 1 tier 2 upgrade material. On the other hand, 1500 Adventure Rank EXP is equivalent to 5 resin refreshes, that's 300 resin and costs 600 Primogems per day. But 300 resin is also 7.5 elite boss runs or 15 domain runs, and that's a lot of upgrade materials. So when you compare a free-to-play account that saves Primogems only for wishes and do not resin refresh, with a pay-to-win account that does resin refresh, when they both reach AR40 and 45, the difference in the amount of resources that each account gathers is huge. Which brings back to the point that Omar made about free-to-play players having to know what to build and what artifacts to get, in order for them to clear contents properly. Because if you invested wrongly, it is really difficult to swap to a different main character as a free-to-play. On the other hand, Genshin has also made character progression in a way that costs just as much materials to level a 4-star character as a 5-star character. This indirectly tells us that all characters are playable in the game. There isn't really a bad character, it's just a matter of gearing artifacts and if that character really suits your playstyle. TLDR, you are paying not just for faster progression but also for flexibility. And for my free-to-play friends, I would suggest to spend at least 50 Primogems daily for resin refresh at least until your main DPS is sufficiently geared. While I started almost a week after the game launched, I didn't regret re-rolling for a double 5-star account. After I got Kaching and Venti, it took me 3 weeks to get to AR40 and another 2 weeks to get to AR45. After I hit AR20, I was doing resin refresh once a day, 3 times a day after I reached AR30, and 4 times a day after AR43. My goal was to clear the higher rank weekly boss at the end of the week because it gives better drops. You really want to get to a point where fighting weekly bosses drop these talent materials as fast as possible, because this is going to be a huge time wall. If you are short of Adventure Rank EXP, I highly suggest not to do resin refresh too much, but to go and find chests. The link to find all the chests in Mondstadt and Liyue will be in the description below. The second goal was to clear Spiral Abyss floors 9 to 12 because they reset bi-weekly. And not clearing this means losing out on potential Mora and Primogems. Many people were encouraged to farm other materials first before AR45 because at AR45 it is guaranteed a 5-star artifact drop per run. You may get up to even 2 5-star artifacts if you're lucky. I think that the drop rate for 5-star artifacts is pretty decent at AR40. You get about 1 in every 3 to 4 domain runs. I stand by my opinion to farm some decent gears at AR40 to help clear domains and Spiral Abyss easier, because at AR40 to 45 it really takes a lot of EXP to level. It is also quite fun because it feels like another game of chance for 5-star artifacts. But don't feel the need to get too many level 20 5-star artifacts, because as of patch 1.0, the adventure book doesn't continue past chapter 9. Subsequently, from AR42 to 45, since the highest artifact domain for essential material is already unlocked. Even though you can only ascend weapons and characters at AR 50, you can start farming for these, and when that is done, you can farm Mora. Because once AR 45 hits, most of the resin would be used to farm artifacts and leyline. However, if you are free to play, I would suggest that you would wait till your AR 45 to farm for artifacts, and you should really be prioritizing daily artifact runs to get artifact fodder materials. 4-star artifacts still works well, and really research on what artifacts you need to build on your main characters. And subsequently, the 4-star artifacts that you are currently equipping on your main character will be passed on to your sub DPS. As the wise saying goes, one mountain is higher than another mountain, the next goal is AR 50. Do you think it's worth it to spend gems for resin refresh? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.